Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new play-by-play video. Today we're going to be playing some Artio. One thing to start with before we get into this video, as we see a quick pause vote come out, is I want to thank you guys for all the support on the video yesterday. This kind of competitive match where it was just in-game comms, stuff like that. It seems like people really like that, so I have no issues with doing that probably once a week. Won't necessarily always be with the same team as I'm playing in like a couple of league things, kind of for branding, but also just for fun. So yeah, I have no issue with doing that, and they would all be with comms included, and it would all be to a similar effect. Some of the teams that I'm like playing with are like not as skilled as the one I played with this last event. However, I take more of a communicative role, I guess you could say, when it comes to shot calling, when it comes to playmaking and whatnot. And I didn't do that in the last video because, quite simply, I didn't need to. But I'm doing that more actively, so you'll get to see some games where I'm kind of orchestrating stuff. And I've done that in the SEC, done that in the SOC, I've done that at LANs. It's been a thing I'm very comfortable with doing, so I'd be excited to showcase that. We're playing some Artio though, and we are laning against the Hercules. They've got a Serket jungle. Not going to be the most fun thing in the world. I went Thorns first, and this item's kind of cheesy. You know, you can pop it and kind of just like kill someone if they dash on you or something, this Hercules. So I'm going to see if I can make it work. I haven't built Thorns in years. Honestly, I'm not a huge Thorns believer, but there is some cheese you can do with this item to kind of just kill somebody. So I'm going to see if we can make it work. You know, we might really regret not having teleport. We're probably going to go Thorns Beads this game, maybe Thorns Blink. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But Artio, definitely a better character than she was. Huge buff to her 1. Really does help out her laning phase, her team fight, everything like that. Just saw some other small scaling buffs onto her kit, making her obviously a stronger character than she once was. And in this patch, you know, I think she is a viable soul laner. So excited to give it a try. And you know, Hercules is going to be a character that obviously, as we know, hard outsecures most characters. Hard wins most. No, it doesn't. Oh my gosh, she has thorns too. What a shock. It doesn't hard win most lanes, but he can like really kind of dominate a matchup just with how much value he can bring with his passive and stuff like that. So we do have to be a little bit careful. And I always say in a matchup that you're unsure exactly of how it's going to go, best thing you can kind of just do is play safe, avoid his big overpowering hitting abilities, and you should be okay. So as you see, kind of playing with respects to what he's got available on his kit, we're going to pop our Thorns right here. It's going to be a double Thorns trade, and I have got to run here. It should be fine though. Run. Okay, we're out. Yeah, holy. So double Thorns being popped. Yeah, he's a strong character. I mean, you got to give it to him. Thorns for him definitely helped him out. If he didn't have Thorns, though, I want to say he probably does die. So a little bit unlucky because we'd be able to continue to stay up. Obviously not take that burst damage that was coming. But trades are going, well, not so great just yet. Make sure we avoid that. You can do some spacing to kind of walk inwards then outwards. And yeah, just avoid the damage. So you know, this matchup, we have our cripple field, which is going to be super useful. The kind of issue right now is, quite frankly, we just don't have it. But also that his secure is just so powerful, which definitely makes the laning phase a little bit scary. Because we can't necessarily punish him as hard as, you know, we would be able to in some certain matchups against some certain picks. We'll get like a cripple off here. And those auto attacks, as you can see, they pack a certain punch to him. Hercules, another character that has definitely benefited from this patch, just with the damage potential he has. On top of already having such a strong ultimate. We're going to wait for him to dash here. He will not dash, mostly because if he dashes in aggressively, he is just dead. So we'll get this wave clear priority, and we can just kind of do these camps here. We have done the baiting. Obviously, this guy is also here, but we got the kill, and yeah, we are fine. So a little bit dodgy at first for a second there. I was a bit concerned with, you know, because Thor was coming, but then Serket was there, so it looked a little bit scary. I do have to back here. Don't know if that Serket has blink up. Really not trying to take that risk. If we lose our blue, it is what it is. Definitely doesn't feel great, but sometimes it just happens, and we do unfortunately lose it. That is okay though. We got tier 2 breastplate, which means we have some more MP5, and we have conduit, of course. So we have a little bit there. Mana is still going to be a problem, but won't be as big of one, you know, as it could have been. So we'll put up with it. Again, no TP means that our backs need to be pretty efficient, so gotta factor that in as well. We put another point in our 1 just because, quite frankly, you don't need to level your ult on this character that much. That is a good ult by him, just get damage and get this totem. And the problem that we're going to kind of run into is that we really don't out-secure him on any camps. So we'll have to take these kind of elongated fights and hope that they can go into our favor eventually. Now, I'm not entirely sure they ever really do. As we just blink that. Oh, we still get caught. That is just too bad. Pop the thorns, though, do end up getting a kill out of it. So at least we got something, but that is just too bad. Almost got out right there. It was very, very close. The, you know, Circhetl kind of like can travel a little bit of distance, so I thought maybe we'd be able to get away from her in time, but not quite. That being said, though, I mean, listen, taking one out isn't so bad. Again, that is that Thorns value. You can kind of just pop people sometimes, so did do us right over there at the very, very least. We'll push this wave out. Obviously, he's resetting, going for a Blackthorn, and then we can probably just reset here and get a breastplate. Thing is, though, I see this camp up, and you know, one thing I just talked about is our secure is worse than his, and if we have an opportunity to get buffs, we should probably take it, because I'm not so sure how many of these neutrals we're really going to be able to get in this matchup. Again, it's kind of unlucky, because I was talking about how strong Artio is. This isn't really one to showcase it from a laning phase perspective. I think in a team fight perspective, we'll really be able to just, you know, cripple, and obviously that's huge problems for Circuit, huge problems for Herc. But at this point in time, maybe not so much. Cancel that by accidentally, that's okay though. And yeah, I'll be honest, guys, I am on a fat loss streak, so I am trying so hard to win. I'm not like on like a loss streak per se, but I think I only last like 15 games on 3-12, so yeah, it's rough. And I've been playing well too, and that's the most annoying thing. If I was playing bad, you know, it's one thing, but that's part of the reason why, like, and Circuit's on our blue, so we're just giving that up, obviously. That's part of the reason why, like, you know, I kind of just posted a competitive video yesterday because I tried to record ranked videos all day and it didn't work. So it is what it is, though. It happens. Like, I didn't find a game that I love too much, in all truth. We got some good damage on that guy, but that will be all we get. Obviously, blue buff is gone. We'll be able to get the scepter at the very least, give it some kind of a fight opportunity. I'm just going to pick it up right now. We made him miss one minion, which isn't the most, but those little freezes that we can do in spots like that just to kind of reclaim some kind of a deficit when we're weak side. And what I say by weak side is their jungler is putting pressure while ours is not as much. He's attempting to, but it's just like kind of the nature of the fight. So again, it's like not his fault. It's just kind of like how the game works sometimes. So, you know, we're just trying to like farm and like play to get some farm back when we're not really in a situation to actually do it comfortably ourselves. Get the heal off on him, we get the thorns off on him, he's going to pop his back, we're going to look for the stun here, just in range, and with the auto stun stuff, we get the kill. This thorns is fun, man, honestly. I'm not sure how like viable this really is, because teleport is so great to go, but we don't kill him if we don't have thorns right there, so there is times where there are times where it can be really, really helpful. And for our next item here at this point, we kind of have a decision to make. Sometimes people will go Mystical Mail. Honestly, I see a Hercules and I say I don't want to go Mystical Mail because that is a tragedy waiting to happen with his passive and all that stuff. What I'm going to do instead here is we're going to go Tablet. Now, Tablet isn't seen a lot in the game anymore. It's typically built on a couple of proc mages in mid, mainly Tiamat and Merlin. At times you could do it on Agni as well, but typically those three mages, and it's done with Book of Thoth and not a lot of penetration, kind of like a Soul Gem Soul Reaver build, and it's probably better last patch because Soul Reaver was really, really OP back then and isn't as good anymore. But yeah, like it was played on those kinds of picks and was extremely effective. If you look at my Tiamat game, on the channel, we did one of those builds with Tablet. Now, the idea where Tablet is valuable is when you have a character that can consistently poke and apply the stacks to stack up the item, because you just have to get instances of damage. It's basically just a mini cloak to make it effective. And Artio is one of the few characters in this game that I think, alongside Tiamat, alongside Merlin, can really do it extremely effectively. And so that's why we are going it, and we're going to give it a shot. I'm not saying it's the best thing in the world. We are still a Guardian. Couldn't necessarily be the best, but it's a way for us to do a little bit of additional true damage with a full tank build that actually should, in some senses, land to be very effective, I hope. We have the Cuckoo over here, but we're going to stick to this guy as he's going to get rooted, of course. Get some more damage off on him. Get the cripple off. Cuckoo's ulting, so we are going to back up. And yeah, another pick right there, just kind of playing strong with the team. It was a little bit dodgy at first, but we used our cripple to get kind of poke off. And, you know, obviously when the cripple is in full force, the matchup really shifts. We needed to get to that point. And yeah, the early lane can be a little bit spooky just with those secure issues and all of that stuff. And the secure issues are still a thing, but, you know, with the nature of the build that we have, we actually can kind of fight them. An option I could have done this game to maybe, like, alleviate, not alleviate, but further shut down the Herc could be to go, like, a Tainted Steel. But when you go Tainted, your mana issues are really prevalent. No MP5 on that item. As you see, we lost a couple of blues this game. It could have been really bad really quick, right? So, you know, Tainted, is it a good starter item? Definitely. It can definitely have great application, especially on characters that can apply it well, i.e. Artio, i.e. Serb, some warriors, in fact, as well. But you have to factor, like, what are you potentially losing and mana sustain when there's a very real and, as we saw, applicable threat of losing blues and getting behind and obviously having worse clear because you don't have the conduit passive. Like, those can all be issues. So, you know, just make an informed decision if you're going something like Tainted and kind of understand, like, yeah, things could go real bad real fast. So that's all. We're going to be stacking this tablet now, and it should be fairly easy. There's a slight bug where, like, as you saw, I already have 9 stacks. I do have 9 stacks, but there's like a bug with like tablet and like Soul Eater and stuff where, like, sometimes, like, if you're backing and you see stuff happen, I don't really understand it, but you kind of just get stacks. I don't really know how else to put it. We got his Thorns, a great rotation by the Jonqui, kind of just shredded him. I cannot fight this guy, so let him be. Now, if this guy, like, goes for us, though, he is going to get rooted here. I'm not sure what he's doing. What was that? Okay, well, I mean, hey, we got the kill. I'm not going to complain. That was terrible. I don't know what he was doing, but yeah, we just space from him, make sure we don't get hit by that ult, and that is an easy pick. We'll go over to our blue right now. Make sure we go... Oh, Circat did it. That's fine. It happens. Thankfully, with this build, we do have a good amount of MP5 now in mana, so it isn't too bad. Typically, like I mentioned, to kind of augment and make Tablet stronger, you will see a... we're going to cripple here. Circat ult is unfortunately too strong. That was a great hammer out, though. And he didn't even die. That's huge. Unfortunately, Circat does not die either, but we can just kind of chase this guy again, use this tablet. And he wants to dash really badly, but we're just not going to let him because he is crippled. And yeah, we'll chase him out here a little bit. I'm not sure we kill him. It's going to be very close. It's worth a shot, though. Dashed in. It's off the mark. Gets a good stun, though, or gets a good pullback. And yeah, we just leave. Again, Circat wasn't chasing us because she was one shot. So I'm okay to, like, play aggressive there, steal a blue, and leave. Cripple him here. And this idea that he had very quickly does not go super well. Circat is back, though. We're going to run away a little bit. Remember, no ultimate on that Circat. All of that aggression, you could argue, is a little bit careless. But again, we are doing it on the understanding that he does not have stuff up and available to kill us. Circat beelined straight from base, probably didn't even do her speed buff, and still couldn't really effectively reach us. Excuse me. So, you know, you pick your spots. Cooldowns and stuff are expended. Either, you know, that's the case, or the jungler's on the other side of the map, whatever the case might be, and you pick your spots and you can kind of in a little bit. But typically, yeah, don't want to really be dashing in, and that's why you're maxing your 1 on this character. Because if you're not dashing in, yeah, you're lowering the cooldown by ranking it up, I believe. Oh, you're not. Okay. Never mind. So, I mean, think about it. If you're maxing your dash first, and you're dashing out more often than not, which you should be, or at least dashing, like, you know, not really in all the time, I guess is more so the appropriate thing. Yeah, it won't be that valuable, right? Because you're putting damage on something you're not using to actually kill people. So, good to think about that sometimes. we're gonna go over to mid. It seems like the Hurt got an assist, which is heartbreaking. They are a pack of piranhas with their draft right now. We're just running around the map. Or Jonqui's kind of owning though. I'm gonna try to get over here, hopefully help him out a little bit. Great pickup. Oh my gosh, what a talent. So I mean, look, the Hurt does eventually kill him, which is sad, but for the amount of value that was gotten for it, gotta be extremely happy with that. Hurt could be on our blue buff, and remember, when we have tablet, we do bits of true damage. This Shoguns he has, no threat. I'm not saying we're gonna kill him, but we have a chance to. So let's kind of see how much damage we can do. Cause yeah, I'm not gonna like leave. He's obviously looking to do a dash thing on me. But as long as we keep him in combat, yeah, oh, I popped. Whoops, folks. That's alright. I am a noob. I am such a noob. We caught his dash there and he is dead. Here's what we're going to do so that doesn't happen again. We are going to switch those actives because I never... Well, actually that's silly. No, I've never gone thorns first ever in my life. This is the first time. Caught his dash there with the cripple. Bead's going to be used. And he is just dead. Oh, he stole our kill. Heartbreaking. It's alright, that was his first one, he needed one. So yeah, like, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I do go beat second a lot on like Amaterasu and stuff, but I've never gone Thorns first. So right there, yeah, let's just make sure that doesn't happen. We're gonna flip him over and watch next fight. We're gonna pop Thorns when we're supposed to pop beads and just die. So naturally, that's just the order of how it works. But we did get the kill, you know, trust our damage again. It's really hard for him to get away from us when we have so many cooldowns being spammed. This tablet doing some true damage at 40 seconds, 50 is the cap. And obviously that just means it's the cap on how effective it's going to be, but it's going to continue to be that effective. So still want to play and get all those bits of damage off. We're going to slow him right here. We're kind of coming over, deciding maybe to go against it. That's totally fine. The biggest buff to Artio was our heal, obviously on our 1, so as you're seeing, we really, from a sustained perspective, are a problem right here. We're going to get over to this guy, pop the cripple field. And Circuit, who was looking for some action, is going to be left dumbfounded and dumbstruck, and we'll go back to right here, hitting 17 off of this, and I'm going to go help this team a little bit here. You know, we're strong, we're a brawling guardian. We want to make sure we're around people, crippling them, all that stuff. We'll pick up red here, come over. And right now, Pyromancer is a good call, Gold Fury's an okay call, but with our ADC kind of doing his camps, which is fine. Doing this is probably a little bit safer and something that we're in closer proximity to. So, easy decision to make. For our back, we're going to be getting a Stone of Binding, of course, and then our next item is going to be something that gives us either more shared protections or magical protections. I don't think either one is a bad idea, as, by the way, our Thor is coming. Why is he coming? Because we are a setup king on this guy. Ulted ahead of time, that is a little bit concerning. I am very worried about this guy. He is super dead. He's not dead. Okay, we'll get him. So it's no big deal. Yeah, that was a little sus from the Thor, but it worked out. Again, he was playing for the Herc to walk forward, but we kind of stunned him. It's just a little awkward. It happens, though. We got the pick. They're kind of owning over on gold side, which is a little bit rough. I can TP over. Now, one thing, I have 3,200 gold, so I don't love this. But I can TP over. I do have beads. And I can just, like, mess with them a little bit. And, I don't know. Again, like, we just don't die here, no matter what. Like, that's the goal. I'm not saying we can't. I'm saying we shouldn't. We should just run. And, you know, with our teleport, we've spooked them. I'll be honest, this was more of a feint than anything. I don't think we're that strong with this much gold on our person, but we'll take their indecision and run with it. We're going to go some magical defense here, helping us out, obviously, from a tankiness perspective. And Oni Hunters will be bought. That will give us some mitigations, all that wonderful stuff. And then our next item here can be either a Stone of Binding, a Spectral, as we see that Circuit's going crit, has crit in her passive, and Rama has crit in Rage, and probably will have Deathbringer. Spectral is the item to buy and what we'll be going. You can cap this beacon here and then head over to gold. You know, one thing when you don't have teleport is you have to sometimes sacrifice some farming efficiency. So if I had TP, maybe I would push out right, then go to gold and use teleport and stuff like that, upgrade a TP. But we don't have that opportunity, so our farming speed, you know, is more often than not a little bit slower, especially matching it with us just being a Guardian as is. So that's kind of just like something you forego and are okay with. The idea is again that having beads thorns is going to be such a net positive in a team fight and stuff that if we just played a team fight, we're going to have successful fights, and then we're not going to need to like farm as efficiently because we'll get our farm through kills and whatnot. That's kind of the perspective, the goal, and the idea. Doesn't always work. It's a little bit risky, and generally TP is just very good, but we didn't do that this game, so that's at least the aim and the goal of what you're doing if you don't have it. And as you can see, 9 kills, it's gone pretty well for us. Even if the farming's at times been a little bit slow. But I feel like our impact's been great, so that's at least good. Karen used beads, so unfortunately he dies, but at least Karen doesn't have beads. Be able to use something and do something with that. This guy's going to get our blue here, that's okay. That taunt doesn't hit us. I probably like forces beads there too. All good though. Oh, she has bubble. Ooh, ew. That is painful. Alright, we'll figure it out. I'm going to rotate over. Again, we are a little bit weak as a team because Thor is dead, so if we just play safe here, it's going to be better. He's in a lot of trouble. Beats forced. As a group team, though, like our fight is very, very strong, so don't want to say that we are like helpless here because we absolutely are not, even without numbers. Advantages, at least. We have numbers, just not advantages. So we can just kind of like continue to just like get stacks on him and obviously poke him out in doing so. It's a great dash, I won't lie. Did get hit by that ult. We're going to pop the thorns here. Got to run, get our 1 off. Again, we're healing off of that even with the divine, still healing for 120. And we took a bunch of damage right there, but we are alive. I can come back to this fight still and like continue to help. Again, it doesn't seem like there's any death here or anything like that, but we can just add a little bit more setup and make sure we actually get this kill in a timely fashion. Again, 200 heal base there, and obviously that doesn't increase unless you have Asclepius, but just absolutely ridiculous now with those buffs. We're going to reset here, go get tier 2 breastplate, head over to the fire giant, and it should be a good situation for us. In a spot like this, we have a couple decisions. Do we want to play zone? Do we want to play team fight? The idea is that, or excuse me, do we want to play on the objective or do we want to play zone? Really important to distinguish, I did not say dive. It is a very, very bad idea unless it is like beyond reasonable doubt that we can get a kill to just dash in and try to like kill somebody. We can dash in, but we're not playing to like full commit kill somebody. We have thorns, so like it is possible, I'm not ruling it out completely, but more likely than not, we want to just poke someone out, force someone out, and keep them off the objective, or if we're kind of backing up, just look for a like bait in on somebody and then CC combo them, stuff like that. This isn't a hard dive character. At times you can initiate and stuff like that, but you peel back to your team and you kind of assist your team with how strong the healing is and all that stuff. It's just the right thing to do. This doesn't root him because I did miss the first take, but we'll get the stun off. He is slowed as well. We're going to get the heal off. We're going to get the cripple off after the CC, and the reason is again, if he's stunned, he can't dash anyways, right? So it's a great habit to use your CC in ways that are applicable and relevant. There's no point of me crippling him when he can't move anyways, right? So once he's able to move, then we throw out our cripple, and then we have a longer period of time where he is just absolutely miserable. We're going to put this cripple here, and the Zhong Kui dominates the fight. We can wrap around to the mid lane area now. Both those people are there. We can kind of play for a gank. I know our team's going to fire, but if these guys do walk up and Athena's got a taunt, it isn't a bad play. I can kind of 1v1 this guy. I guess the other guy just left, so I'm going to go for this. Again, we are 20, no starter item on us. We pop our cripple here. I'm going to pop my thorns here, and we'll just let it go because again, Karen is here. That's all right. Again, Karen doesn't show up. I like our chances there, but we are still playing a zone. Remember I talked about we're not playing for a kill, we're playing for a zone. I was playing for a kill, I won't lie, but we saw the Karen, we just back up. Again, we held our dash until, we needed it. And I'm never dashing in there because, again, I dash in there. It's bad stuff that happens, right? So we got out. We'll get Conduit here. And the idea with Conduit, again, is that and they might kill him, so good luck to you guys, is that with this Conduit, when we ability spam and all that stuff, which we obviously are, as you see, we are getting freaking fast. So this thing ticks down every 9 seconds. We lose all the stacks. So as long as we continue to spam abilities, you have to have high mana, high MP5. Breastplate helps us with that. Oni's helps us with that. Spectral tier 2 helps us with... Did I actually go Spectral tier 2? I did not, because I thought that this was Spectral tier 2. Okay, nonetheless, Spectral does not help us with that anymore. That's a shame. But regardless, like, we have plenty of mana. It's a great time. That's the point. Plenty of mana, plenty of MP5. We can use it super effectively. That is the idea and the goal. Going Regrowth here, honestly, isn't even bad. But I really should go Spectral because man, they do have like a 75% crit there or something like that. Something ridiculous. Like, ADCs are OP. Not really trying to have that mess. So we'll make the smart call in a second. I know I'm kind of like super out of position, so I'll back up. Obviously, Circuit is hunting just a little bit. And, you know, you can notice, you know, with our 3, if we're able to just get little bits of poke off, it is super, super strong. We can kind of hover on this area here. We have some movement speed and stuff. I want us to push left. We don't have a wave, so we're kind of actually looking over mid, which I don't think is that bad. We're going to get a cripple here, though. Dash through him with the auto. And, yeah, I mean, good damage on the Rama there. They're kind of splitting right now to just sort of, like, farm, because we're not really grouping for a push just yet super effectively, but we did get Rommel at the very least. And I guess we're just going for a mid fight, which, look, isn't the worst thing in the world. Got the heal off for the team. This is a little bit poorly done, I won't lie. Want to keep them in combat if we can. Didn't really do that too well. Again, this whole premise is kind of like messed up because we're not really super grouped on the right objective, so bit of a shame, but Karen should be dead here. We did get 2. I'm going to come over to the Zhong. We do have some minions still. We do have a bomb as well. I think we actually can just do this anyways. Yeah, they didn't get enough value out of that fight. It was close, I will say. It definitely was close. Kill this guy, both actives on the Cuckoo. We got the Phoenix. Again, Thor died, but some plays are just worth it, and that was one of them. And yeah, we can go do red right now, go get Spectral. Obviously, we'll have to sell this tier 2, go get the other one. I kind of forgot about that. And yeah, we got Breastplate Glyph, and should be good. We have fire for really no time at this point, so what we can do as a team is either go for Pyro, which we should first, and then go for a tier 2, or just go for Pyro, ward up fire, and then play for it when it spawns. I think going for the tier 2 is not a bad idea, so I'm gonna push out the right wave. Oh, they're on it. They're not on it anymore. Okay, we'll push out the right wave so we have that option. I want to make it feel easy to do. I don't want to, like, again, if we have to backdoor it, it's not actually a big problem, but, you know, when you don't have comms and stuff in a ranked game especially, people are really uncomfortable with making calls like that, so I'm going to try to facilitate it to make it as easy as possible if we want to sometime soon. We don't have to do it right this second. Again, it looks like we're kind of just like playing to farm, which is okay as well. That's no big deal. We can get Breastplate Glyph here. Super, super big value with that. I'll place this word right now again just so we can like get a beginning of vision. And yeah, it's a humble start. We'll say that. It's definitely a humble start. We get Breastplate Glyph here. We'll get a Sentry Ward, and we're gonna go into obviously a 3k defense pot when we have the time, but build-wise we are finished, and I'm pretty happy with it. You know, I'm like kind of shocked, like, wow, my build is done at 27 minutes, but I also look like we are 12-1, so that probably doesn't hurt too much. You know what I mean? Me and Yamaguchi are kind of nuking. The whole team's doing well, but we got a lot of kills, so our goal is way up in the stratosphere. We'll put a ward up at these backs here. This is just a good spot to have vision, and yeah, we want to go for the Fire Giant and get ready to have some action over there. Again, we look for those tablet pokes just to do damage. No, like, you know, nothing other than that. It's sort of similar to like the Sundering Axe ideas that we've done so frequently on this channel on Osiris and stuff like that, which I do actually need to get an Osiris video sometime kind of soon. I know we're super backlogged, but Artio was a pick I was meaning to do right away. Just never really got around to it. And we've been posting a couple of Assassin videos recently, so I figured, you know, we need to get a Guardian, because I've done a Cthulhu video, I've done a Yorm video, and that is about it, I believe. So yeah, we're gonna reset here, and now we can just run left. Our team can also push right here, so either play is fine. If our team wants to go right, which they are going, this is totally okay. All I'm doing here is I'm playing control, and I'm going to try to stop backs. We only stopped the Circat back, which, I'll be honest, isn't great. If I pressed my abilities earlier, I would have had Gem of Focus stacks. I kind of like was like a little hesitant to walk in, but I should have. And nonetheless, we still got a... and Circat ended up staying, which I think is very silly, just to like clear the wave. Because we are technically, would have been in a 5v4, but do get the right Phoenix. Yamaguchi does die. Incident to like create space isn't a bad play, just a little bit unlucky that I couldn't stop more backs. Hopefully they don't all die, and it looks like they might be poised to. We did get one Phoenix. It's not the worst thing in the world. Obviously not the best. I feel like we get the Phoenix and just run away, but obviously it didn't happen. So it is what it is. We can still group go left. We have an ADC and a tank with Fire Giants, so that is generally speaking enough to still push, and especially when we have a Phoenix down already. I'm not really sure I'm gonna be able to actually get this with these people here, but I can like pad my damage up, so that's fun. I'm gonna hold my dash, of course. Not because I'm afraid of these people, but I'm a little bit concerned about the threat of others. Oh, and I got my dash caught. We are dead. Not dead. Our movement speed from Breastplate and Gem of Focus and stuff like that with beads for the slow immunity saved us big time there. But yeah, that wasn't in. Yeah, that was a great dash. I will say that was a great dash, so I'm not super upset I inted, but I'm upset because I just wasted both relics, so obviously that's bad. I could even go Relic Dagger on a build like this just because, again, we do have like 2 actives that are actually very, very good to use. I just don't really know if I have space for it at this point in time. I know I don't have beads, but honestly, like with the team here, if I'm them, I don't take this fight, so fine, dash forward. We'll go get this, and we can just attack middle lane right now. This Phoenix is going to be like sub 1200 health, and remember, Apollo has Fire Giant, I have Fire Giant, so it's really important or this shit, that's less than 1000 health. It's really important that our ADC has fire because, you know, that means they're gonna kind of own this. This guy's playing for a wall. He got the Magi's there, and we know that because he did damage. Magi's or beads, of course, could be one or the other. And it is unlucky that he dies, but honestly, I'm kind of happy with that trade. I think anytime there's less pressure on our backline when we're aggressing, that tends to be better, even if we have less pressure on theirs. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. Herc is walking out. We should just walk in right now. Take this opportunity to kind of do something, hopefully. Maybe not. Okay, we did get Kukuol. I thought we would be able to get it with the space we made, but unfortunately not the case. Zhongqi is going in, and he gets the kill. That's really good. We have to get this Phoenix, though. And we do. Great. Okay, so, look, it ends up working out. We can go get this tier 2 on the left side as well, and then just kind of call it a day. I am all alone for this, so should I backdoor it? Damn sure, right? I will. Hitting it for 60. That's enough, though. No problem. Alright. We just gotta get up out of here. One thing I really hate is how many like item effects and stuff I have, and it really like sometimes messes up me seeing actual things. Like on Fafnir, you don't always actually see whether or not you have certain things. I don't know if there's a way to minimize or remove some of these, or like even add a bigger list, but like for example, there's no reason for me to know I have Spectral Armor passive here showing. Like I play the game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why do I need to know that? Why is that a status effect? Like, duh. Like, why is Oni's not telling? Like, every item has a passive. Why is that? Why is that one explicitly showing? You know what I mean? Like, I kind of understand Primal, even though I think it's a little silly. But like, whatever you want to put Primal there, fine. It's just too much. It is just too much. Cripple him here, so even though he's got Magi's, obviously can't dash or something like that because you can't self-detonate a cripple or anything like that. And we might have to... We did lose one, but I'm still super, super strong here. So I'm like kind of chasing and saying F it. Beads there. They're so low. Damn, dude. Yeah, I kind of inted pretty hard there. I thought hopefully we'd be able to like create enough space and get a good fight. Didn't really go down that way. Unfortunate stuff. We did get Rama beads. I want to say we got Circuit's beads, but I'm not 1000% positive, so I won't call it. That is just too bad. So close there. Zhong's going to get a pick on the backside, so Oh, so close. He almost got a pick on the backside, so it should be fine. I don't think we're going to actually lose anything here. That was a great pick on him. Yeah, just a little bit unfortunate. It was very, very, very close. Like, something like that is almost making me tempted to sell this Onis, just or not Onis, maybe Onis, just to get like a better brawling item, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, our build's fine. It's just was unfortunate. We were very close. Very, very close. Thor is totally fine here. Serket kind of inted, and that is a great, great pick by the squad. Double global is always a pain in the ass to play against, so they get to see that firsthand. We'll go over to this fire giant here, and almost certainly now this should be a free EFG. Uh-oh, it's looking a little dodgy. No, that should be fine. Now, one thing I don't want them to do here is trade out, because quite frankly, like, we can just do enhanced and be happy. It looks like we are looking to trade out, unfortunately. So, yeah, not too much good to be said or done in this spot. Athena got a great taunt, though. This could still be really good. I'm going to get a double stun, triple stun, actually. And they just got absolutely destroyed. Okay, we can push right here. You want to do fire? That's fine. If he wants to do fire, that's also fine. I was thinking, like, do we want to do fire? I guess our Apollo does have crit, so this guy actually just dashed forward. So again, we wait for the taunt end, now we cripple him, and he is just dead. Well done. I know you guys will see, oh, his build is kind of stupid, it's bad, blah, blah, blah. And we want to look for a Phoenix here, / end game. Okay, I mean, I don't hate this call. It's a little risky, but at the very least, like, we can re-get mid-Phoenix and probably get a pick. But now he's running out, so we are going to run in. That's how this works. And he had to, no, we still do damage to this, it's fine. As long as we're in the thing, it doesn't work like that anymore, I think. I don't really know how it works, so I'm not going to say I know it works, but we can put the cripple out, he'll get his ultimate off, but it is not going to be enough, and that will just be an endgame. Great call there. I was not a huge believer. 13-2-12, top damage, 35-minute decisive victory. I know the Herx build was a little bit wonky, but like, I mean, it's not... It could work. Low-key, auto attack Herc can kind of work. Don't ask me to do a video on it, though, because I won't. But we got it done. We'll take a quick look at the stats. I am down bad with MMR, guys, like I said, so we're going to just, you know, swiftly move by it. I actually think I might be back in Masters, which is sickening work, but we'll get back to it in just a second. Ew, we are. That is so nasty. Okay, 43,000 damage here. 60k mitts, 4,500 healing, 9 wards. These are the builds. Michael Towers may have done something worth reporting. Unfortunate. He was kind of owning, though. I'll give him respect. He did a lot of damage, and yeah, that'll be that. So, thank you guys so much for watching, as always. I will see you sometime soon. And for the gods that you guys are looking for, don't worry, they'll be coming. And yeah, peace out.